is now charged in that attempted kidnapping of the mayor of Memphis. They say he climbed over an 8 to 10-foot wall to get to the mayor's front door. They've recovered a taser, rope, and duct tape. And it comes after those horrific shootings of lawmakers in Minnesota, with that suspected killer showing up at their front doors. Here's Pierre Thomas tonight.
Tonight, prosecutors in Tennessee charging this 25-year-old man with trying to kidnap the mayor of Memphis, Paul Young. The latest in what authorities say is a surge in targeted attacks on politicians.
You may not contact Paul Young, the alleged victim in this case. You may not contact him directly, indirectly, or be anywhere he's likely to be.
Police claim that Trenton Abston climbed over the 8 to 10-foot wall in Mayor Young's neighborhood Sunday night and went directly to the mayor's home, knocking on the door. The mayor not answering after he looked at the Ring doorbell video and observed an unknown male. Prosecutors claimed that Abston had a taser in his pocket and planned to confront Paul Young about crime in the city. And authorities say they later found that taser, rope, and duct tape in the suspect's vehicle. Mayor Young posting, "In today's climate, especially after the tragic events in Minnesota and the threats my wife and I often received online, none of us can be too careful." And U.S. Congressman Max Miller from Ohio says he too was targeted this week while driving on a highway.
Some unhinged, deranged man decided to lay on his horn and run me off the road when he couldn't get my attention to show me a Palestinian flag. Not to mention death to Israel, death to me, that he wanted to kill me and my family.
Tonight, police arresting 36-year-old Ferris Hamden for allegedly threatening Miller and his family, saying he made anti-Semitic slurs against Miller, who is Jewish. These incidents on the heels of those horrific shootings in Minnesota that left former State House Speaker Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark dead. Authorities say the alleged killer disguising himself as police, wearing a hyper-realistic latex mask. Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette ambushed at their front door. Trying to protect his family, they say the senator lunged at the gunman. Each of them shot at least 8 times. Their daughter, Hope, then rushed to shut the door and called 911. Hoffman saying, quote, "Without Hope, we wouldn't be here right now." David, the Hoffman family grateful that Hope saved their lives. And in response to this toxic and increasingly dangerous political environment, congressional leaders holding urgent meetings this week to discuss ways to improve security.
Yo, what is wrong with y'all? Y'all at the space now where y'all starting to try to kidnap mayors? Is that what we doing now? Because I thought that legislators, mayors, governors, all of those type of people were off limits. Even the movies would tell you that. Have y'all not ever seen The Wire? Where Stringer Bell was mad because he got rain made or hay rained or rain made on by Senator Clay Davis, and he went over to Avon and he said, "Man, we gotta hit him. We gotta hit him," because he was trying to get him to hit him. And he said, "Man, we don't want that type of heat. You don't want that type of problems." I thought that we all knew that that wasn't a thing. What the hell is going on? Maybe we've gotten to the point now. And again, honestly, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I think that the culture, we've let too many people in to have a say-so on what goes on in the United States of America. I believe that we've let too many people into the United States of America, and now people have lost their minds. Now, I know that this person didn't necessarily, he wasn't a migrant or anything like that, but I think that our cultural norms is messed up. Honestly, I genuinely think that our cultural norms is messed up to where people have become so radical and people have become so crazy to where they feel comfortable doing whatever it is that they want to do inside of the United States of America. Some things has just been off limits. You never hit a police officer, especially one that wasn't crooked in the game. You never go after wife and children. You never go after people that are a part of the political process. What are we talking about? And then he said that he wanted to actually hit the guy. He wanted to kidnap the guy because he wanted him to address the crime in the city while you doing crime in the city. What the fuck is y'all talking? What is y'all talking about? And then somebody sent me this other video of some woman in the Houston area on I-45 sitting on a freeway armed. Have y'all seen that?
We have a lot going on this afternoon. Scattered showers across Houston have been causing flash flooding in some spots. And there is a standoff on the North Freeway involving a woman with a gun. I-45.
All right, so hold on, wait a minute, 1 second. Y'all better stop telling me that they're not recruiting people based off of what they look like. Because we had a conversation on After Hours 1 week, I think it was a few weeks back, maybe a couple weeks back, where I said that I believed that recruiting people based off of, or giving people money, or getting a job, or giving people a better position based off of whether or not they were beautiful or they busted down for a real one was a thing that we could do. Now, everybody, this, they said, no, Anton. Yeah, the reporters are looking good. Everybody said, no, Anton, you can't do that. That's discrimination. That's all it is, or whatever. And I said, how is it discrimination if you getting a real one that also busted down for a real one? Why can't they get a promotion or a raise? Why can't we do that? Honestly, I went back and I watched it. I went back and I watched the clip. I went back and I watched the live stream, and I went and I looked in the chat, and I was trying to understand, what is everybody all upset about? What's going on? And y'all was trying to convince me that you shouldn't be able to promote people whether or not they look good or they busting it down for a real one. And I said, well, if that's the case, then why do we have Pink Dress right here sitting in front of my screen, Rashi Vats? How do we have Rashi Vats sitting in front of my screen, and you're telling me that they recruited her based off of her communication skills and her mind? Listen, I'll drink to that. I understand what you're saying. I think y'all missing it. I am not saying that it is now not currently against the law. Look at them moving this stuff. Look at this. Look at them moving that junk in the air. See the crane moving all of this stuff in the air? That's crazy. And then they moving it down to the workers over there. See all of the workers over there working and stuff right here? Yo, that's crazy. And then you got the other crane over there moving that stuff. I've been watching this building process. I've been watching this building process of what they've been having here. And it is a marvel how stuff get made, because you get to watch it every single day get made here in the United States of America. But anyways, the point that I was making is, I understand what the law says. The law is to be left up to interpretation, but I understand what it is. I understand that, yeah, you can't fraternize with the employees or whatever. But what I'm saying is, I don't understand why that law exists. It shouldn't exist. I don't need Adderall. I want to make sure that I get every single thought out, whether it's the welders that's getting their equipment dropped to them, or whether we talking about crime, or whether we talking about Pink Dress. It's all in the same sphere. This is what we do. This is the Millionaire Derailment Show. Okay. But I don't understand why the law exists. I am still confused. I don't get it. I don't understand why. If I got my girl, right, and then I wind up giving her a position in my company, why can't somebody then come to me and say, well, you're not supposed to hire your girl in your own company. You're supposed to get somebody that's more qualified. Says who? It's my company. As long as it's my company, I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be able to promote somebody that I'm busting down for a real one. Facts. CNN do be hiring big backs, just Christian Black, and I don't be wanting to see that shit. And they be giving them whole body profiles. Every time some big back with black heels on and stockings and a waist trainer to try to keep it all in. Why shouldn't we reward people and women that are doing the good things and taking care of business? I do believe that's one of the reasons why Joy Reid is off the air. Here we go. Now Anton and got it, said the uncomfortable part out loud. Because Joy Reid unfortunately, and this is just the honest to God truth, this is the discernment between men and women. Men tend to be a little bit more honest when they just can say what they want to say. As crazy as Joy Reid is, she could have got away with a lot more if she was pleasant to look at. And that's just the honest to God truth. You can't be Jesus Christ. Brother. You can get away with saying some wild shit when you pink dress. You can get away with it. You see the chick on ESPN, she's still holding strong. The chick that be with Stephen A. Smith and them, dumb as a box of rocks. Yeah, Stephen A., because I just want to get this in. And I'll be like, oh, God. She opened her mouth again. But then when you look at her, you be like, okay, I could see why they're keeping her around. You need a little bit of femininity to balance it out. But then you get them WNBA, hey, what's going on, Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp? Them former WNBA players that aged out. Yeah, Molly. Molly is dumb as a box of rocks, but she's on there and she keeps a job. Hey, Stephen A. And you get them former WNBA players. Yeah, because I don't like the way LeBron James checked you. I'm like, man, if you don't get these big women off of my TV, nobody want to hear that shit. So I don't know. I believe that you should be able to hire people based off of looks and be overt about it. Yep, I hired her because she got fat ass and she looked good and she stay in the gym every day. She may not necessarily be the smartest, but it doesn't really matter because she's going to be reading from a teleprompter anyway. So, well, it is what it is. Anyways, let's continue on. I'm sorry.
Is shut down in both directions near Cypress Wood. Our Fox 26's Abigail Dye is live there with an update.
This is a very active scene at this point. You can hear sirens behind me. This entire area of 45 north and southbound is blocked off. This is in Cypress Wood, near the Cypress Wood area. And if you take a look at this scene right here, these shields that Harris County Sheriff's Office officers are using to create this barricade right behind there is where we're told this woman is sitting in a lawn chair. We actually have a photo of that if we want to bring that photo up. We're told that this elderly woman is sitting in a lawn chair, armed with a pistol, and was expressing some suicidal thoughts, saying some suicidal things. So the crisis intervention team is out here. If we bring it back to the scene here and we pan to the left just a little bit, we can see that we have a sniper set up along with another one of those shields. Of course, this is a precautionary measure. That sniper getting a water right now, making sure that law enforcement and anyone else out here, civilians, and of course the media here are safe. There's really no knowing what the woman's intentions with the pistol is. Now down here, this is new. Daniel, if you just pan down to the left, it looks like we have another emergency vehicle coming up. So obviously we have law enforcement out here working strategically, trying to de-escalate this situation. And
let me guess, y'all think that this woman is on the news because she's smart, right? She may be smart, but do y'all think that that's why they got her on there?
Get this woman out of the middle of the highway, but she is still sitting there in the lawn chair, armed at this time. So absolutely avoid this area. We're going to remain out here as the situation is active and bring you updates as we get them.
Now that lady really crazy in real life. Either she crazy or she really is fed up. Either she's crazy or she really is fed up. And so what you see happening is people crashing out. Straight up. It's people crashing out. Yeah, grandma's going through it. Whenever you bring your own lawn chair and pistol, you really are going through it and you having some problems going on in life.